Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. As I have said on many occasions, that I don't normally post unless I have something that is inspiring to me. And I had a conversation today. I was at the masjid and they had an event going on. I had a conversation with a white Muslim brother. He is either German or he is French, but he is also a professor of economics. He has a PhD in economics. So he is an academic. And we were talking about my dissertation and we were talking about my field of study. And I spoke to him and told him, he asked me what my field was. And I told him that my scholarship is geared toward African American Muslims. And he asked me what the topic was, and I told him that I'm dealing with how systemic and institutional oppression has impacted the higher educational outcomes of African American Muslims. So he went into this Nation of Islam rant. He asked me how they fit into my data, and I said, well, they really don't. I said, I'm studying Muslims, and the Nation of Islam does not count. You have to excuse me. I'm trying to move the phone around. There's a lot of sunlight. I'm outside. So he was like, well, you can exclude them. And he went into this long rant about how I couldn't exclude the Nation of Islam. And I said, well, again, my research is geared toward Muslims and they aren't Muslim. And he looked at me like, what? He looked at me like I said something sacrilegious. And I was like, well, if you understand their aqidah, then you understand what I'm saying. And then he tried to walk it back a little bit. And, well, no, I understand. So my question to the Muslim population, especially African American Muslims, I really want to hear this. Should the Nation of Islam be counted in my data or in my analysis, in my research, as far as African American Muslims? Do you agree that they should be included? And if they should be included, in what capacity? What data set should they be a part of my research? Again, my research is geared toward African American Muslims, but I don't view the Nation of Islam as a Muslim organization. Anyone who supports their aqidah is outside of the fold of Islam. So with that being said, now that doesn't negate the impact that they had on African American community, and it doesn't negate how many of us came through that bab of the nation or door of the Nation of Islam, as I did. I wasn't a member of the nation, but I came through those teachings. I came through reading those books, Elijah Muhammad and Message to the Black Man, and How to Eat to Live. And I did all that. I traveled with the nation. I went to Savior's Day back in the day. I went to the Million Man March. I used to study their stuff. So I'm not speaking from a position of ignorance. I know what they're about. I know what their teachings are about. But the question is, should they be counted in an Islamic dissertation that deals with African American Muslims, if they are not accepted or viewed as Muslims? That's my question. And to be honest with you, there really is no right or wrong answer here, for the simple fact that it can be academically subjective, meaning as an academic, you can always find some place to add them. It doesn't have to be under the Islamic category, but it could be somewhere else. So, in that regard, I don't view any answer as right or wrong. I'm curious what people say. Should the Nation of Islam be a part of an Islamic dissertation in regards to African American Muslims in America? And lastly, if you would add them or make them a part of an Islamic dissertation, if you were studying Christianity, pure, like real Christianity as is as it is explained in the Quran, Ahl al-Kitab, the people of the book, would you add, say, the people who are from Waco, Texas, with David Koresh? Would you add Jim Jones from that killed all those people in Guyana? He claimed to be Christian. Would you also add, say, the Ku Klux Klan to a dissertation or a thesis that had to deal with uh, actual or pure Christianity? I look forward to all your answers. Please type the messages in the comment section, because that's the only way that I'm going to be able to respond to the dialogue and read the different positions that people may have. Again, I don't view this necessarily as a right or wrong scenario, but you know, I'm just curious how people see it. Inshallah. Barakallahu feekum. Wa jazakum Allahu khairan. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.